Hey everyone, it's the Patient Hodler coming at you with a very quick market update. Bitcoin has fallen already 12.5% to 62,800, so we have lost the 63,800 indicated by the bull market support band, and now we are headed to this very important, very crucial support here at 61,000, where I believe which we will hit. Now, if you enjoyed these quick updates on the market, then please let me know by smashing up the like button. The more likes we get here, the more videos we are going to bring out. In my opinion, the market wants to reset the fear and greed behavior at the moment. Fear and greed index is in neutral territory at 51. We have been coming down all the way from only last month 76. Now we're at 51, so that is already a good sign that the turnaround could be more imminent. However, there are voices in the market that are saying that we have reached a cycle high already. That is not the case in my opinion. Let me show one indicator that is usually calling the top perfectly, and that is the Pi cycle. You find it on TradingView. If you put in Pi cycle and then Pi cycle Bitcoin top indicator, you click that, it will show you all the Bitcoin tops in Bitcoin history, and it called them almost correctly. So here we see first top in 2013, second top in 2013, so it called two tops here. It called the top perfectly on 2017, and it called the previous of the two tops in the last bull run, where I am also of the opinion that that was the real top and the other one was an inflation driven top that shouldn't have been higher. If you purify it by inflation, then it shouldn't be higher than this one. So it kind of calls it correctly. So here we are now, and we didn't see any Pi cycle top call on where we are right now. So this is in my opinion a good sign that we are not there yet, and in my opinion, we are only half through the cycle. So let's look a little bit at another factor. In every cycle, we had a little bit of an uptick in the search terms for Bitcoin. So if you're looking for Bitcoin on the worldwide scale, we see that it's only in the last years at a score of 17, whereas in a bull run, we are reaching 100 every single cycle, and we are outperforming every other single cycle. So when retail is really coming in, we are reaching numbers that are beyond 50 in a bull run constantly almost. But that is not the case. We have only when Bitcoin ETFs were approved and we had the run up to a new high, we had 54, but now retail interest already faded. So retail is not in. Also, that doesn't imply that we are at the top. Then we have to talk about Bitcoin outflows in the US, and we can see here that the last weeks we had consecutive outflows. So the ETFs were the main contributors to the sell-off, and not only paper hands. So we see that if you have watched the last videos and live streams, the miners have been selling, the ETFs have been selling, and as you will see here, also the German government has been selling 325 million in BTC over the last 2 days, causing at least a 3.5, now it's a 12.5% dip. So there are many things coming together in terms of Bitcoin outflows that let the market look a little bit crashy. So now to the positive side, at around every halving we have either a little dip or a little consolidation. And if we zoom out quite a bit and have these lines very simple without any other shenanigans on the chart, we can see that we have this consolidation every single time, and it lasts about 100 days. So we are not through these 100 days just yet, and we're not done with this consolidation just yet. Another view on this is basically the Bitcoin spiral. We know this also from the channel Root. This now is from Reno. We can see here that we have our halvings, and this spiral is more or less accurate here with the halvings, and divides the whole cycle into different segments, into blocks. And we can see that until we reach a peak, or even a mid peak, we are still far away from this. So according to this, we still have a year or so to go until we reach a peak. So here we can see that we are coming in peak territory once we are here, and now we are just in the beginning of this run after the halving. So we see here there is still a lot of room to go. If we are looking at Bitcoin holders worldwide, we can also see that from the 8 billion people worldwide, adoption has not progressed to a point where you could say, okay, everyone is in, everyone knows, everyone is using it, so there's not really a reason to grow. We see that Asia is leading with 263 million, North America about 57 million people, Africa 38 million, South America 33 million, Europe only 31 million, and then another million of users in Oceania. Now, if these stats are correct, then you have roughly 400 million people worldwide in that. That's not even 500 million. So that means there could be 16 times more people. Now, if this is based on wallet addresses, there could be even way less users than that, because if you are having an exchange, you have a wallet address on that exchange. If you're using 5 exchanges, that's 5 wallet addresses. So in my case, for example, I have at least 5 Bitcoin addresses. Your ledger has a Bitcoin address. If you have used an application, another wallet address, right? So only counting wallet address leads to different user counts. Overall, if you're looking here at the companies that hold Bitcoin, it gives us a very bullish picture. We can see here miners, ETFs, and companies mixed together, and we see that we have the both like IBIT ETF is here on the very left, and then also Grayscale, and then it's MicroStrategy, Fidelity, and Tether. Tether, as a little bit of an outlier here, are the biggest companies that hold Bitcoin. And then we have some other ETFs. Then we have the miner Marathon and some 2 other companies, Coinbase and Tesla. But we see here the companies are very much underrepresented at the moment. And there is a lot of room for companies to appear in these top Bitcoin holders. So how we have institutional adoption, and we have companies like Dell coming into Bitcoin, but we still do not see them dominating the market. Of course, some of the ETFs will probably only be growing and will be staying in these first places, but there might be also single companies that will fill up these ranks. And yes, companies can come in through the ETF, but some of these companies will probably hodl their own Bitcoin and not go through ETFs. We just saw Michael Dell come into the market, or at least he is tweeting about Bitcoin. So there is a good opportunity now, or possibility that Dell might also acquire some Bitcoin. Overall, if we're just looking purely at the power of law, we should see that these little dips in long-term scale don't matter anymore. Bitcoin has some kind of a bottom, that where it's going higher from every single market, where it finds a bottom on every single bear market. This bottom is behind us, and if we're just putting the scale up here, we can see that price is basically oriented between the bottom support line and this top line, and that gives us very bullish targets for the future. For example, a bull market peak target of 180k, that would be the bottom in the next 5 years. So where you could say, okay, if I just apply a long-term hodl strategy, there should be only bigger and bigger targets coming up. Will this prevail in the end? Maybe. We will see. Every rule at some point may be flawed, but until now the power of law is very accurate, and according to this projection, it should bring us up to 1 million until 2036 per Bitcoin. This can, of course, come way earlier. And then finally, what does the market say about altcoin season? Well, it's definitely not altcoin season, and we are far away from altcoin season. Altcoins are bleeding heavily into Bitcoin at the moment, and I think this will continue until we see Bitcoin dominance top out. And Bitcoin dominance is just going up from here at the moment. It lost a little bit of steam, but overall, Bitcoin dominance is about to go higher if Bitcoin goes on the next rally, and the next rally should be around the corner. And with around the corner, I don't mean that it's starting tomorrow, but we are in the end of June. There might be July as sideways downwards, there might be August as sideways downwards, but at some point the market will feel it's reset enough. Market makers will accumulate and the selling will stop at this point, and the next leg up is imminent. So guys, make sure to smash up the like button right now for the market reversal. Let me know in the comments below what you think about this trend, and wherever you are on the world, have a great morning, evening, day, night or afternoon, and I see you in the next one.